As far as what I wanted to do with the story, what kind of story I wanted to make a story that would be dramatically challenging. I didn't want to do a comedy, and I didn't want to do anything that would be more action-oriented. I wanted to do something that was more emotionally driven. And so I developed the story for Stepping Out, and then we handed it over to Collin Everett, who took it, and man, that guy, he wrote a lot of great drafts for our script, and he worked really hard.
The script started out with being 9 pages and not completely finished, so I took that, tore it up, put that aside, started my own thing. And I basically took the same idea that Jonathan had, and I just made my own, and I was able to do usually 1 or 2, maybe 3 drafts a week.
I kind of based it off of the relationship between an uncle and his niece, and having the niece kind of be a person who brings the idea of healing after a tragedy. I have a niece. I understand how strong that connection can be, and so that's what I wanted to kind of draw upon. As far as the director that I wanted for the film, I wanted somebody that I knew I could actually work with, not somebody that I would be able to dictate specifically what I wanted, but somebody who could catch my understanding and vision of the story, who could get passionate about the story himself. And Reid is a very technical photographer in the sense of being a director of photography. He has a lot of work that proves his worth in that field, visually beautiful things. And so I knew that he could visually capture the emotionality of this film. And so asking him to do this, I knew it would be a challenge for him, because I don't think this is kind of a project that he had done before.
And what drew me to the story is just this very emotional piece to it, this very emotional journey. I think that was the biggest thing, just being able to explore the characters and what that meant on screen, and how you photograph them, and how you kind of put that into a movie.
Our set really required just a man inside his house for a time. So you think about what kind of locations you need. The space needs to be filled with the man's personality. And so we knew that we had to be interior the whole time, which can sound easy, but it's not always that easy. So when you're dealing as a student, you're really asking for handouts for people to allow you to invade their space with a crew of 30 plus people. And so the challenge is not just having people who are willing to let you do that, but really building a picture of what it looks like to have that many people in your house, with equipment everywhere, with wheels rolling on the floors, and stands sitting here and there. So it's really my job as a producer to help the homeowners and anybody else who will have to interact with the crew understand what that means to have a film crew in the home.
Once I handed my finalized script over to Reid Petro, he took it, and I gave him full trust, because I knew that he was going to make the right casting choices to make this film happen.
DC, Cheryl, Voca were just tremendous to work with, fantastic performances. They really were perfect for this film. I couldn't have asked for any other people. This was very, very passionate, enthusiastic, hardworking cast.
The processes that we go through to make films as students, to say the least, it's educational, but it's really an amazing thing. If this is the kind of industry that you want to go into, this kind of setting, to be able to learn and grow with other people in a creative way to make film. I mean, we're not just a handful of high school students just trying to go out there with a couple of lights and a camera and do something. They gave us the tools here at Compass to actually understand what it means to make a film.
I hope you guys check out the film, Stepping Out. I hope you enjoy it, because we had a blast working on it, and it was a fantastic experience.